What is a benchmark for stability to get into marriage for a man? At what stage of wealth? The truth is that there's no material possession you have that lasts forever. There are contingencies, there are issues that can come up. And the whole thing you gathered, everything you have gathered, goes down the drain in a single minute. Another mindset that delays them from getting into this institution called marriage is, I am a man, I can get married at any time. I'm not a woman, so anytime. In fact, at 50, any young girl, I can marry an 18-year-old lady, 20-year-old lady, as far as I have all the material possession. Any woman that appreciates your process can live with you, is a good wife. Any woman that appreciates your process of growth, it's just like a child. You don't expect after delivering today, the child begins to walk and talk today. No. You give room for that child to grow. Hello, viewers. This is Heart Matters Podcast. Let's talk Heart Matters. In my last video, I left off discussing the reasons why we experience delay in getting into marriage. And I did discuss the spiritual reasons. And today I'm going to be discussing the psychological reasons. When we say psychological reasons, we mean mindsets. What are those mindsets that young men and young women have carried all along, or in the course of their years, or in the course of their journey, that has hindered them from getting into marriage? The Bible is speaking. It says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's why the Bible also said that we should guard our hearts. Guard our heart with all diligence, because out of this heart proceed the issues of life. So the issues of life proceeds from the heart. It proceeds from the heart. And so what is the state of your heart concerning marriage? Some of the myths that we have, that young people are carrying concerning marriage, is that marriage is difficult. Marriage is difficult. Marriage is meant for certain persons. Marriage is not good. Some think marriage is prison, is imprisonment. Some think marriage is a form of imprisonment. So if they get into marriage, they are being caged. Some see marriage as slavery. I'm just bringing out myths that young persons, have developed over the years. And sometimes these ideologies is actually birthed from their backgrounds, their homes, or their experiences, or what they see others go through. Now take note. 99.9% marriages can fail, but yours will not fail. You're not the 99 that, couldn't handle marriage, or were traumatized, or made mistakes in their decision on whom to get married to and why they should get married. I did discuss why we should get married, and I told you that the discussion on why should I get married precedes the discussion on whom should I get married to, because the why answers the whom. And so if you are getting into this institution for the wrong reasons, you will definitely get into it with the wrong partner, because the wrong reasons attracts the wrong partner. So we have psychological effects, psychological factors that have hindered or have caused delay in getting married to some people. Let's look at the men. In our society, in this day's society, in our current time, we see that most men are afraid they are scared of getting into marriage. They are very scared. And so you see men getting to 40, 45, 50, 55, and they can boldly tell you that they are not married. And they are proud. They are proud. What gives them that boldness? The mindset. Some of them think that women are all about money, or women are all about earthly possession. So you see some of them saying, until I stabilize financially, until I know my whereabouts financially, I cannot bring another man's daughter to begin to suffer. And before they stabilize financially, they are 50 years. Sometimes even at 50, they are not stable. Even at 55, they are not yet stable. The question is, what is the benchmark for a stable man? Or what is a benchmark for stability to get into marriage for a man? What's the benchmark? At what point can a man successfully say he has gathered enough material possession to be able to bring in a woman into his life? At what stage of wealth? Is it at the level of building his own house, equipping his own house, having a stable job? The truth is that there's no material possession you have that lasts forever. There are contingencies, there are issues that can come up. And the whole thing you gathered, everything you have gathered, goes down the drain in a single minute. So I am here to ask my young men or my brothers, what is the scale of measurements for a stable man that is, or that can pass the test of a man ready to settle down in his own home? What is the scale of measurement? What are you using to measure the scale, your stability? You see them say, no, let me be stable. Let me be stable. I'm not thinking marriage now. At 35, I'm not thinking marriage. I need to be stable. At 36, I'm not thinking marriage. I need to be stable. At 37, at 40, I need to be stable. And look at this man, he has a job. Look at this man, he's managing maybe a 2-bedroom flat or a 1-bedroom self-contained. And look at this man, some of them even have one car that they are just managing. And they are telling you they are not yet stable. They are not yet ready to bring in a woman. Why? Because they have a mindset. And what's that mindset? That until you are stable financially as a man, you will not earn the respect of a woman. They have this mindset that a woman should not come into their life and help them. But is this mindset correct? Yes, the argument wells up from when Adam was placed in the garden. He was given the garden to tend, and he was working before God brought Eve. Of course, that's the truth. He was working. Now, you working class man, are you not ready to get married? Are you not like Adam? The work you might be engaged in now might not be paying you what you feel should take care of a woman or take care of a family. But life does not end today. Tomorrow can be better. The same Bible says 2 are better than 1. So if the woman brings in her own inputs into your life and the both of you chart a course, don't you think that when you bring your 10 naira, the woman brings her 5 naira? That's 15 naira. Problem solved. 15 naira can handle what 10 naira will not handle. 15 naira will handle it comfortably. We change. What am I saying? The mindset, the mind, the mind. Then the question is this. Some of these great men that have made it, and we watch them, we follow them on Instagram, we follow them on all their social media handles. Have you asked them, how did they get married? When they started, how did they get to that point? Some of them got married with nothing, with not even a job, with no house. Some were even squatting. And it was close to their wedding, they were able to secure 1 bedroom with a public toilet. Because they had women that believed in their vision. For me, a man is ready to get married when he can properly ascertain his vision. When he knows his vision and he is pursuing that vision. That is when a man is ready to settle down and have a home. Another mindset that delays them from getting into this institution called marriage is, I am a man, I can get married at any time. I'm not a woman, so anytime. In fact, at 50, any young girl, I can marry an 18-year-old lady, 20-year-old lady, as far as I have all the material possession and I just whine it before her, she falls flat. Yeah, truth. That's the blunt truth. That's true. Because that's what's currently happening in our society. We see older men getting married to very young ladies, 20, 25. In fact, you hear 25-year-old girl or 20-year-old girl saying she wants to marry a man of 60 because he'll take care of her like a father. Great news. How would you feel at 60 taking your first son or your first daughter to crèche? How would you feel? You think you have all the material possession, but you don't have the strength of a youth. As you grow older as a man, your strength diminishes. There's no way you can match up to a young man of 30 years. A man at 60, you cannot match up strength with a young man of 30 years. And then you see that young man able to multitask. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And there are certain things that helps or house helps can't help you do. When it's now your house help that is taking care of your kids, and they are even more, they are familiar with the house help much more than their parents, then crisis becomes inevitable in the life of those kids. So you think because you feel you are a man and you're not going to get to menopause. There's no menopause. Nothing is pausing in your life. So right up to the age of 70, you are still sexually active. Beautiful. That's the truth. That's the truth. You are not lying. I tell you the truth. The real truth is this. Your strength is not like the strength of a youth. You might have all the monies, but you will not have the strength to carry out what a young man would have done in your shoes if he got married early. So imagine you at 50 years, your first son is in kindergarten at 50. So at 70, your first son will be entering into the university. At 80, Nigerian situation, Your first son is graduating because we have 4 years plus strike, plus COVID or pandemic, and all the factors that delay students in our society. Let's give them, give or take, 10 years. So at 80, your first son is graduating. Then God help him to secure a job in 5 years. At 85, he's still trying to get stable. Where's the strength? Mindsets. Permit me to say this. I know this will crack your ego as a man. You don't need all those material possessions to settle down in your own home. As long as you have vision, a source of income, you can have one source, you can have two sources of income. You're good to go. A roof over your head. It must not be a bungalow or a flat. It can just even be one room self-contained, for heaven's sake, or 2 rooms self-contained. You are ready to get married. Any woman that appreciates your process can live with you is a good wife. Any woman that appreciates your process of growth, it's just like a child. You don't expect after delivering today, the child begins to walk and talk today. No. You give room for that child to grow. Everybody should be given room to grow. So you grow financially, you grow emotionally, you grow psychologically, you grow spiritually, you grow physically, even physically you grow. When I was 16, I was not looking like this. I was looking much more younger. In fact, my voice was not this deep. So as I advanced in age, physical changes became inevitable. I could see physical changes. I was not this big, like this plumpy. I was very slim. But I've gotten to a particular age now that no matter how I try to starve, I can't get rid of my size. No matter how I try. There's a particular, so you give that man. So in your process, any woman that loves you and respects you in your process is a good wife.